just want to give you an update on our 2017 electrification program. Now, this program comprises 3 subcomponents. Component 1 is the procurement of electrical line hardware, material, transformers, and conductors. Component 2 is the procurement of wallable poles. And component 3 is the procurement of works. The provision of these materials and works would facilitate installation of electricity in 16 CHPA schemes. As such, I just want to provide some additional detail. Subcomponent 1. Currently, there are 6 contracts for the supply of electrical line hardware, material, transformers, and conductors. And there are several activities here. We have the procurement of the electrical line hardware and material. And these will be sourced from China. To date, 30% of the mobilization payment have been made, and supply are on schedule to be delivered by October month end. The procurement of the transformer. The transformers were sourced from Rimmel in Colombia, Bogota, Colombia. Total of 30% mobilization payment has been made, and the supply are on schedule and also should be delivered by September month end. The procurement of the conductors. The contractors are Dynamic Engineering, Power Light Product out of Trinidad and Tobago. Dynamic is a local company, and 30% mobilization has been made, and the supply are on schedule to be delivered by September month end. Subcomponent 2, the supply of wallable poles, and there are 15 lots, which basically translate to 15 contracts. The evaluation report has been submitted since April 2017 to NPTAB for award of contracts, but was only until Friday, July the 7th, 2017, Cabinet granted its no objection. As such, the supply of wallable poles to these 16 areas has been delayed by 6 weeks in keeping with our plan. Nevertheless, the contracts are currently being prepared to be signed, and a mobilization advance of 30% would be paid by the end of this month. It therefore means by the end of September, we expect that all the poles will be delivered, and also those poles will be planted. A very important component of our activity in component 3 is the procurement of works. And this component consists of the procurement of the electrical contractors for the installation of the electrical line hardware and transformer conductors and wallable poles, in which, upon successful completion, will provide electricity for the 16 areas. Based on an MOU between CHPA and GPL, only pre-qualified electrical contractors provided by GPL can be used to build these electrical networks. As such, GPL has provided the 2017 pre-qualified electrical contractors, and the correspondence will be prepared in a movie requesting the endorsement of NPTAB to proceed. It is projected that all works will be signed and ready for schedule in time for October 2017 month end, and all material, electrical material and poles. So it is we anticipate in relation to the electrification program in these 16 areas, by the beginning of December, all those 16 areas will be powered. A total of 38,000 plus beneficiaries will benefit from this program. I know that in recent time in many of the communities, for example from Barnwell Farm, we are bombarded with questions as to when electricity will be provided. I can see now, based on our plan, by the beginning of December, all those areas will be provided with electricity. Some of them even before. Are there any questions?
What sort of cost?
Unfortunately, I don't have that figure here, and I just don't want to call the figure out of my. Okay, the overall cost of this project is $471 million.
Sorry, sir. Did I hear you say 38 housing components, meaning 38,000 schemes, or?
No, 16,000 schemes.
16. How many housing units would be involved in all of this?
Oh, it's approximately 38,000, sorry, including the industrial areas in some of those schemes.
Common news source. If I could just touch a little bit on the history of this program. Was it always a project executed by CHPA or it was on the GPL before?
Always CHPA. We are responsible for the infrastructure. We do the electrical network. Thereafter, we would hand over the electrical network to GPL. The electrical network is designed, the design of it is in keeping with the standard of GPL.
Just for clarification purposes, the full project will be rolled out in September in terms of planting of poles and so on and so on. Going directly into the community center.
No, it will commence before. It will commence before what? We expect the project to be closed out by the beginning of December.
Sir, one of the problems we had in the past, and this was reported, contractors were complaining about the shortage of wallable poles. But you seem quite confident that you're going to get all the supplies. How?
We are in contact with the suppliers of wallable poles, and they have given us assurance that they have stock. And therefore, we do not anticipate any shortfall in the demand, in our demand.
Martin, you mentioned the MOU being signed between CHPA and GPL. Does that include technical supervision while the works is being
Yes. Of course, we have to build in accordance with GPL standard, because that network will be handed over to GPL, and therefore there's some amount of technical supervision and so on.
Well, Jeffrey, headline news channel 2. Do you have a concern for vandalism? And I know also that in some of these new housing schemes, people get light illegally. Are you concerned about that?
Of course, we are concerned not only vandalism of the electrical network, but generally the infrastructure as a whole. I can mention that along these the water network was vandalized, and we have to rehabilitate that network to the tune of $40 million. We are concerned, and so what we are doing. CHPA, the central authority, is in the process of recruiting rangers to ensure that there is no abuse of the infrastructure or vandalism of the infrastructure in those areas. Additionally, the electrical network, some of the hardware like transformers and wires, they would be marked property of CHPA. So you will see that. So you will know, for example, when you look at the transformer, you will see it marked property of CHPA. The electrical cable, it will be marked, that will be engraved in the cable, property of CHPA.
These rangers, are they going to be in collaboration with the police force, or this will be private contractors?
No, there will be employees of CHPA who would be working in accordance with the guideline of CHPA and enforcing rules, the regulation governing those schemes. And not in terms of planning, ensure whatever people are doing it is in accordance with the agreement of sale and the conditions set out by CHPA in terms of construction, storing material on the roadway, etc.
So one of this, quickly, just one thing. Now, the people who have to get power, they have to pay a certain sum charged by CHPA. Was this money included in the total housing package, or after you give them the houses, they must now pay this money to you for electricity?
Look, the arrangement will be between the beneficiary or the resident and GPL, not us. In developing these schemes, the electrical network is part of the package. I want to say something that we do subsidize heavily the cost of developing these schemes in terms of the infrastructure work.
Sorry.
Could you just give us an idea of how long some of these schemes, that's why I noticed some are old and some are new, how long some of these schemes have been without electricity? The communities that you're now providing?
I would say approximately 3 to 5 years, something like that. Mind you, our infrastructure work is incremental.
GPL would not likely get into housing. Why is housing getting into electricity?
It is part of the package. As we develop these housing schemes, there must be infrastructure, the utility must be there. We do the water main, we do the electrical network, we do the road system. And the same way we can say, okay, why is it we're getting into the road network? It should be public infrastructure. But we are creating communities, and we want the communities that we are building, there must be certain things inside. The utility must be there. Proper road network must be there.
And you don't think that these respective ministries are capable of meeting the requirement or the standards that you guys have set up?
No, they are capable, but it is our mandate to provide housing. And we're doing so by creating communities. And in the communities, there must be road, there must be utility, the utility services, etc.
Now, one of the things as you go about doing this, you say it's GPL. Streetlights, are streetlights part of the entire package? And if so, who pays the bill for the streetlights? The residents pay for the power they use. But if you put in streetlights, who pay?
In relation to streetlights, as we do put streetlights in some of the communities. If you go into Perseverance, yes, there are street lights there. The point is that the NDC is responsible for these things. Some of the communities are still under CHP. We're in the process of handing over some of these communities to the local democratic organs, be it the NDC or the municipality, and thereafter they're meant to pay GPL for that service.
John Johnson started with how many communities under CHPA are still left to receive electricity?
I would say quite a few. I don't have the number, but we are getting there, and we will address all of those things. It is not our desire that people should live in darkness. This is not the dark age.
What is your immediate plans for the continuing expansion of the waiting list for housing lands?
Okay. we will address that. We are currently working on a plan to address the demand for housing. And there will be several solutions. We know that some people are desirous of getting a service lot. But I can assure you not only service lots we will be providing. Of course, we will provide built units also. And we hope in the near future to provide approximately 5,000 units over the next 36 months or so, or 5,000 solutions at a minimum.
Sir, on what we were that we're talking about squatter regularization, that program should have started when we last met. I think it was in April or May, I can't remember. How is that going?
Yeah, presently we are addressing the issue. We continue to address the issue of squatting, and we are currently still collecting data. There is an area, industry, I think I did mention the last time, and in the new year we hope that we can develop that plot of land at industry to address the issue of squatter relocation. As you're aware, there are some areas in the city, it's not possible that people should continue to live there, so we have to remove them from there. Additionally, we are examining the likelihood of, in some cases, building poor homes or poor houses for some squatters.
In light of the recent prison fiasco, have you guys been contacted about providing land for a new prison?
No, certainly not. No.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time. We'll wrap up.
That's it. You see, my monitors tell me that. Right? So they're there to ensure I don't say anything that I should not say.